Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Roan Crocker, who will fight on Budo Fighting Championship 71, February 22nd. Hello, Roan. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good, and in just a little bit more than in a few days, you will make your pro debut after a really successful amateur career. So, if you
hmm
can tell me, how do you feel before your pro debut, and do you think that it will be a easy fight for you?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna run through this guy. I'm excited. It's been a good camp. Obviously, I had a bit of a layoff through injury and stuff, so I'm just really excited, and I just can't wait to be back in there. It's been like it's never nice to be forced out of anything, but with something like fighting, I've done it so regularly, and I look forward to getting back in there regularly now. So yeah, looking forward.
And actually, you had like a super successful amateur career. You beat like some of the best fighters in the world. As the amateur, you have like 17 wins. So it's kind of crazy because it means that you are like really experienced, even that it is your pro debut. But
Mm.
how do you feel about it that your pro debut will be a welterweight bout?
Yeah, good. I feel good. I feel good for welterweight. I think I'm a good sized welter. Um, like I said, like granted, I fought at welterweight, amateur, middleweight, and light heavy as an amateur, but I've always been like I had my eyes set on being a welterweight as a pro. I think it's a good fit for me. And even though I was competing at say like light heavyweight as an army, I think it's a good fit to be a welterweight. You know what I mean? I'm a good size, good frame, and I think I size up well against the rest of the division.
How did you like? Did you feel about fighting a little bit bigger guys in the light heavyweight division?
Yeah, it was tough to be honest. It was. I think I don't really appreciate how tough it probably was. Fighting at middleweight, really amateur for the most of the time, and then took the IMMAF worlds as a light heavyweight. Um, and to be fair, the big guys did show up at the end of the tournament at them stages. It was getting tougher to sort of deal with them. And then obviously I came back and I fought Farshad Nazania for the Cage Warriors Academy title, and he was a big, big guy, and I did get thrown around in that fight, I'll be honest, before I finished him. But yeah, and then obviously fought the Four Nations final as well against another like tall striker. So yeah, they were pretty massive in fairness, but like I say, skill pays the bills in it, and shone through and got the job done. So yeah, but really looking forward to returning to like sort of a natural weight class. So yeah, looking forward.
So right now, probably the like punches will not be so heavy, like
Yeah,
in
I
your
hope so.
amateur career.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
And do you have a one fight deal with Budo Fighting Championship, or do you have like more fights?
Just the one, I think. For now, we're going to see what happens. Maybe two fights on the regional scene, and then look to progress into a contract with like a bigger organization. And yeah,
I think that you would be like perfect guy for Cage Warriors because it's like they have the best prospects, the best fighters in UK and not only UK. So probably you would be like a perfect fit to their like welterweight division.
yeah, I agree. I think Cage Warriors is definitely one of those promotions that every pro has their sights set on. But there are obviously competitors to Cage Warriors now in Europe as well that are doing good things as well. So it's just going to be a case of seeing, I suppose, who wants to give me a contract. I suppose I imagine a few organisations, admittedly, will be interested. So it'd be nice to see who comes out.
And actually, I saw on the like topology page that you had quite a long break since like 2023. So it's like 1.5 year of the
Yeah,
break. And was it like a planned thing?
no, definitely not. Like as you can see on my topology, I've been busy since the COVID sort of went away. I've been smashing the fights out. I think I had like I don't know. I went from like 5-2 to 17-3 in the space of 2021 December to 2023 July. So got tons of fights in a quick turnaround all the time, back in the gym, back to fighting, back to a tournament, just in a cycle. But after my fight after my last fight, they tore my ligament in my knee, and then that put me out for the rest of the year, to the end of 2023. Then I went to Thailand in early 2024, and I tore my meniscus out there. So did the rest of my training camp in Thailand with a bit of a bad one, and then I came back, I had to get surgery and stuff. So it's just been it's no fault of my own, but yeah, got it all done now. I'm healthy. Like I say, I've done the rehab, back to full training. It's like I've never ever had a problem. So yeah, I feel great.
And do you think that you can have a little bit like ring rust in this next fight?
Potentially, but to be honest, I don't think so. Like, I'm so used to competing. I've done it so many times. It's just like I'd be surprised, to be honest with you, but it's going to be just nice to be back in there more than anything. I feel like confident in my ability to just turn on the day. Like, I got back to the jiu-jitsu tournament sort of scene at the end of last year, and like that didn't feel too foreign either, and I had been away for equal amount of time. Like, so yeah, I don't feel like it's going to be too much of a part. Maybe, like, but who knows? We're going to find out.
And before you were, of course, a really active fighter. So this year, how many fights would you like to have?
Yeah, 3 minimum, 4 at a push. I think would make up for like the last, like, I would have, because basically I would have wanted to turn pro after I got back from Thailand last year. So like midway through the year, so I'd like to have been like 2-0 pro by now. So yeah, 4 fights this year would be great, but 3 is a minimum for me.
So with a like quick submission in this fight, you can be probably in the cage quite quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. Back out there pretty soon. I don't plan to take any time off after this one. Just get straight back to the gym and get another one booked and get back into the swing. It's nice to be back in the camp and back in the swing of things. I really have missed it. Like, it's great.
And how was it in Thailand? Because of course, like Thailand is like probably, except of course, like US, the best place to train right
Yeah,
now.
100%. Yeah, it was great experience. Like I said, unfortunately, I also got injured when I was there. I was planning to fight there and stuff and do some kickboxing, but obviously life had other plans. But yeah, it was great experience. Class training, I got to be honest, it was really good. Different like cultures, obviously people flying in from all over the world. So it was a good learning experience for me. And obviously, like, even just like living in a in a different country, like, you just exposed to so many different sort of walks of life. It was probably good, just life experience as well, to be honest. It was class. Really good place.
And there, like you said, there are like many fighters there from different countries, different cultures, and also not like trained there for the full time, but even like for the few weeks. It's probably
Yeah,
like best place to gain some knowledge from different people.
100%. Yeah, there was loads of guys flying in, and like obviously, like, I was there for 3 months, so I saw a lot of like different people coming through the ranks, like guys from the UFC, like even like UFC veterans, like Cyril Diabate, like old school guy, and like he just pieced me up. Fair play to him, like he still got it. So it was class experience. There's loads of guys coming through, like new pros, experienced pros, guys in the UFC, like, just, yeah, it's like a melting pot, echo chamber class. It was really good.
And if you can tell me, how did you get to shore mixed martial arts? Because it's also like quite a famous gym because of the Jack Shore, because one of the best fighters from Wales or even like UK. But was
Yeah.
it like your first gym that you train in?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't my first gym. It was. I started training in 2016. Yeah, just before I left school. So I trained at a gym in my like hometown for 2 years, and I went to the IMMAF junior championships. So I won that. I came back. I had one more fight, and then I went to the. No, I didn't actually. And then I had 2 more fights then. And then it was around that time I just sort of. I think I'd lost one fight, and then I started to realize like I need to elevate my game. And I'd been training up at Shore MMA or Tulare Combat, as it used to be known. And just like I say, Shaky, Carl Parker, and Kruheem as well. I was just like, this is the place I need to be. You know what I mean? There's like Jack Marshman was there. Me and Oban moved there like same time as well. So Oban was moving there. He's a good training partner for me at the time. So we moved in together and moved house. closer to the gym. So it all naturally fell into place then. So it was a really good move for me. I've been there ever since about 2019, I think. Yeah.
And do you have the some prospects like you in the gym, the fighters with maybe like longer amateur career or early and at the like pro early stage of their pro career that you know that they can be successful in the future?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we got loads of boys coming through. Like there's a full team of armies coming through. Like if you look at any of the Samurai Fighting Championship cards, like there's always just tons of us fighting on the same show. Like same as me when I was in the army, when it was Cage Warriors Academy, you'd have like 6, 7, sometimes 10 of us all fighting on the same card. So that's the week after my fight is the Samurai show. So there'll be a full squad of armies fighting on there. Yeah, it's stacked. The army division, the army team, sorry, is full of boys. Like it'd be from top weight classes down to the lighter weight classes. It's the team's full of talent.
And of course, like watching your fights, you are like a great grappler. You take people on the ground. You can submit them with quite ease. And is it like right now the like BJJ part of the training your favorite part of the training, or do you also enjoy the like striking part?
Yeah, to be honest, it's just like almost like a victim of circumstance in a way. Like I love striking, love MMA in terms of like the full spectrum of skills. Like, but it just so happens that my fights just end up, it's like that path of least resistance. It's just like I get in there, I don't get damaged in any way, and I get out clean. You know what I mean? And I don't get touched. So yeah, it's just how my fights have ended up going. Like there's one good fight where it was like a back and forth with the striking, and it was a bit more like bit more well-rounded fight. But yeah, like I say, most of my fights have ended up being grappling. But I look forward to sort of being able to show like a full range of skills as a pro now. You know what I mean? You got elbows and knees. I'm a tall guy, lanky guy, so I got weapons at my disposal to use now. So I look forward to letting the hands fly a little bit more.
Probably when you fight like when you fought bigger people, it's like a better idea to take them on the ground because like it's like getting hit by the like bigger guy can be dangerous and unnecessary.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Like if you look at like go look at that Farshad Nazania, like you do not want to get cracked by him. He's a big dude. So yeah, 100%. It was the best way to go about it, especially like like tournament fights as well. Like if you're going in there and having like a 3-round war every day after day at an IMMAF tournament, like it's just you're not going to get to the final stage. You're going to be cut to bits and black eyes and failing medicals potentially. So you want to get to them final stages as fresh as you can. So grappling heavy stuff like tournaments and stuff, it does sort of suit in my game as well. But like you say, like with a one fight on the one night, you just got 15 minutes to go out and throw it all out there. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Do you have like plans for your near future? Like you know where you would like to be in like the end of this year, end of the 2026? Do you have this kind of plan?
Yeah, I think I guess I think I said off air just now, like not maybe on it actually, but yeah, the plan is like I say 4 fights this year, maybe 1, 2 on the regionals, and then get signed then to a promotion. So I think by the end of 2026, like if I get 4 fights this year, 4 fights next year, it should be 8-0 pro. Looking at a title shot in a division, in a promotion, in a big promotion, yeah.
And I think that right now is cool because like European MMA is good place because of course we have Cage Warriors, we have like KSW, Octagon, there is like PFL Europe, so there are like few options for the European fighters.
100%. Yeah, it's good. It's a good time to be in MMA right now. Like obviously when I was first started training, it was just like Cage Warriors or nothing. So like it's a nice time. I've come up at a good time through the sport, like turning pro at a good time where there's more money involved, like a rising tide raises all ships, that sort of saying, you know what I mean? There's a lot more cash, and as a result then all the other promotions are paying well as well. So it's a good time to be in MMA, especially at the sort of European level. There's loads of eyes on us now, so it's good.
But in the end, do you consider like the UFC like the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, there's no I started this to, well, I didn't start to be an MMA fighter, but whenever you start MMA fighting, I was looking at people in my gym, looking at Brett Johns getting signed to the UFC, Jack Marshman getting signed to the UFC, and obviously since then, obviously Jack Shaw got signed, Old Man's been signed. Like, you want to get to the UFC, you know what I mean? And that's the goal, 100%.
Yes, and you mentioned like Brett Jones, and I think that he was. I think that he could like fight for the UFC for many years, and to be successful, he decided to I believe to go to the Bellator. But I think that he still can be like in the maybe even like top 15, top 10.
100%. Yeah, no, he definitely could have carried on with the UFC, but obviously, like, he tested free agency, and he got paid his worth elsewhere. You know what I mean? I think that's important. As a professional athlete, you do get paid your worth, and like, no doubt Brett could have carried on, continued fighting in the UFC, but at that moment in time, he had his reasons, and I fully agree with it, with his justification as well. So yeah, I do. He's still one of the top 10 in the world right now. He's going to show that in GFL when he fights in this year now in that GFL tournament. I think he's going to be still a force to be reckoned with. He's one of the youngest people on the roster. Yeah, he's a real talent still here.
And I hope that this like GFL project will work out because they have some of course some a little bit like maybe even too old fighters, but some of the fighters that are out of the UFC, but I think that they still can put a great show, and I hope that it will work out. The like whole tournament will work out for them.
Yeah, 100%. I think, like, in terms of, like, for Brett, it's great because you've got like legends to fight. You know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't want to fight like Marlon Moraes or like Uriah Faber, for example? Like, it's great for Brett. He's gonna have a great time, regardless of who he fights. There's so many UFC guys in that roster that legacy wise, it's great.
And outside of fighting, do you have any like maybe additional hobby or something that you can be focused on, not including fighting?
Yeah, I do. I'm a strength and conditioning coach outside of fighting. So, like, I'm a bit of a, what do you call it, sports scientist, in that regard. So yeah, that's my sort of other interest. It keeps me busy outside of fighting. Obviously, I work in the combat sports space as an S&C coach, but yeah, the S&C keeps me busy. That's the biggest sort of my other thing, you could call it. You know what I mean? That's my job. That's my business. And so my passion outside of fighting, yeah, like a bit of a sports science nerd in a way, yeah.
And do you like when you watch like maybe UFC fights or even like your opponents? Do you like to analyze their styles and like think about how you could beat them?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. I think like, you can't do it too much. I don't think, like, sometimes you could definitely sit there for too long and think too hard, because obviously you've got to focus on yourself at the end of the day. But yeah, like, I like to watch my opponents, have a little look, see what's going on, and go from there. Like, I think the attitude of, like, when I was at the IMMAFs, like, you can't game plan for 30 odd people, but when it gets to that later stages of the tournament, you can have a little look and see, little things, little habits. But ultimately, it's going to be focus on yourself and what you're going to do, because that's all that matters, really. You know what I mean? Like, what you do is important. So yeah, a little look, a little watch, analyze. But yeah, in terms of like the UFC, I'm watching the UFC events all the time and trying to like take bits of inspiration from other fighters. And a lot of my game now is it's not like stuff I've been shown, but it's just stuff I've watched from other fighters and I've copied, and it's slotted into my game quite nicely. So yeah, 100% watching MMA is a big pastime as well.
Do you have right now the fighter that you are really impressed by?
Yeah, to be fair, I've been, like, I know it's obviously quite topical, but Nassourdine Imavov from France, like, he's been doing good things for a while, like almost like rising up the ranks quite slow, like quite quietly and slowly, but he's a real talent. I think he's obviously he's next in line for a title, so it's it's no secret that he's good. But yeah, I'm quite really impressed with what he's putting out lately and like his body of work so far in the welterweight division. And then obviously he's moved up to middleweight as well. I think he's like just as good. So yeah, he's been someone I've been watching recently. And like, to be fair, it's just anybody who's got like my sort of size and stature, like any 6'2", 6'3", welterweight, middleweight, I'm having a look and seeing how like their style. I mean, bits I can take, whether they're like, you know, long rangey striker, or sometimes it's almost like I don't have like a grappler's frame for 6'2", 6'3". I almost got like a striker's frame. But it's interesting then to see guys who are 6'2", 6'3", that do tend to grapple hard, like Michael Chiesa, for example. He's like a heavy grappler style, but he's really good at it. You know what I mean? So it's interesting and very interesting.
So in your next fight, what is like your official prediction? KO or the submission?
I think I'll get onto his back and either pound him out or choke him, whatever comes. So yeah, it'll be one of the two. But yeah, we'll see what he gives.
Okay, so good luck in this fight, and thank you for the time and for the conversation. And I
No
think that
problem.
you are one of the like really big prospects in the like UK, and of course you are right now 0-0, but it's like you are an experienced guy, so I think that many people should keep an eye on you.
100%. Yeah, no, I'm on to watch. 100%. I've got a good body of work, and yeah, I plan to build on a proper successful amateur career, and this is just the beginning. So yeah, thank you for the words. Good to chat.